What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Today, coming at you with the Franchise Empire newsletter. And we're going to talk about a couple different things. One of them is going to be a master franchise that does 2.7 million on average, the average master franchisee. And the top franchisee does $7.7 million in sales. I just realized I got to stop moving this darn mic because it squeaks. I just bought a different setup. It hasn't come yet, but I realize the squeaking and the sound passes through the mic. So my apologies. But today we're going to cover, let me share my screen and I'll tell you what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about this window. All right, boom. Let's see if I do that. Can you see it? Yes. Okay, you can. All right. So today in 5 minutes or less, not going to be 5 minutes today. This is the newsletter. We're going to talk about one specific resale franchise that shows some big upside potential. We're going to hit one franchise of the week where the highest master franchisee does $7.7 million in sales. I'll explain to you what a master franchisee even is if you don't know what that is. Client case study that said our work was life-changing, and latest episode with the of the Franchise Empire show. As always, if you want to get this newsletter in your inbox on Sunday mornings and to be able to get it in your email, then you can go to franchiseempire.com/newsletter to be able to get it. Rahman, that's when you make the thing go across the bottom. If you're there we go. Thank you. franchiseempire.com/newsletter if you want to get that in your inbox. So let's talk about these franchises. But first, real quick, we didn't do a newsletter last week. I don't know if you noticed, but the reason why we didn't do a newsletter is because we were launching our Franchise Buyers Academy. And so basically what I said all throughout here is that when you go into business as a business owner, the thing that you have to master is sales and marketing. You've got to be able to promote your business and shamelessly promote your business. Because if you're not able to do that, then you're not going to be able to get clients and customers, right? So anyways, we launched our Franchise Buyers Academy. We closed down the doors for a little bit over a week. We're reopening it. So if you want to get access to the Franchise Buyers Academy, you can. I'm not sure how long we'll keep it up and open for. But if you want to learn everything, literally, about how to make money owning franchises, it's in here. So we cover, if you don't know what a master franchisee is, by the way, it's one of the things we cover. So we cover the ways to make money with a franchise. Let's see, what else do we cover? How to get funded. We show you, we go through FDD examples and break down how much money they're making live looking through the FDD. We break down profit margins. We talk about service versus retail, and we compare that out in there. And we do some FDD breakdowns, as I mentioned, and then give you a model of how to scale. So really, like what it means for you is no more time searching on the internet, no more struggling to figure out if you should buy a franchise, because this will give you clarity on that, and no more pushy franchise salespeople. So you get a behind the scenes look in a specific franchise, how much money they're making, clear answer once and for all on if you should buy a franchise. And you can go to franchiseempire.com/FBA beta in order to get access. So let's dive into the newsletter. All right. So the first franchise we have is a franchise resale. And this franchise resale, it's called Outdoor Lighting Perspectives. You can see that this is out there in Reno, Nevada. So this is a lighting company that specializes in transforming outdoor spaces, right? So think about really a lot of landscape lighting, or think about when you drive by a house and you can see lights in the bushes and those sort of things. That's some of the things that this sort of company would do, and even more so. The asking price is $300K, and the location has been open since 2019. 2023 sales were around $430,000. It says owners involved in the other business has not been able to dedicate the time and resources to grow the business. So interesting. That's really, really interesting. Sounds like some high potential. And I'll tell you one in a second when you look at the average sales numbers. But the owner, let's see, they have a 95% retention rate of franchisees, which is pretty impressive. But the reason why we say that there probably is some upside potential here, that there is, not probably, 100% is that out of their 68 reporting franchisees, the average unit volume sales are 770 grand. So this territory location is underperforming by nearly 50%. So that represents an opportunity. So if you're interested in getting connected and talking or learning more about this specific franchise resale, then you can go to franchiseempire.com/resales. And not only can you check on this, but you can see what franchise resales are available in your specific area. Sound good? All right, cool. This goes a lot quicker when it's just me and Kevin's not here. Kevin's out of town, by the way. He was in Europe. He's come back from Europe. I think he's back tomorrow. So you guys just got me today. I'm sorry. Client case study. So Kiki worked with us in her program, wound up buying a home services type franchise, actually one in the real estate space. And she was looking at some franchises before she came in and was kind of nervous, feeling doubtful, went through our entire process, went up confidently being able to buy her franchise. And she called her whole process life-changing, which was just so amazing to hear. But you can check out her story and how her journey of kind of what she was looking at and her mindset and how she made that decision. You can check that out by going to, what is it? franchiseempire.com/, is it reviews? Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. Yes. Josh is hanging out with me here. We're recording today. He gave me the thumbs up. It is /reviews. So franchise of the week. Let's dive into it. We're going to make this one super quick today. So the franchise of the week is Anago. So Anago is an interesting franchise. They have a master franchise system. They started back in 1995. And the way that a master franchise system works is basically you become a mini franchisor. So as the master franchisee, you buy up the rights to a territory. And then one of your roles is you're actually recruiting and bringing on franchisees in your territory. And then those franchisees report up to you. So it's one of the ways to build one of the biggest types of businesses in franchising actually is through master franchising. But you'd want to be someone who has some pretty good skills, right? Like you've been like a general manager, you've run a business unit, you're used to running something with profit and loss statements. Like you're a sharp, savvy business person, and you have the ability to sell and influence other people is definitely something you want to have in here. But they got 46 franchise units. I believe that's 46 master franchise units, but we need to confirm that. Their franchise fee is $98,000, again, because as a master franchisee, when you bring on franchisees underneath you, you actually get a portion of the franchise fee and you get a portion of the royalties, which is pretty interesting. Not a lot of franchise systems have master franchisee options. And sometimes a lot of franchises that you may see like internationally that came from the US, like individuals in those other countries will become master franchisees and they buy like the development rights for a whole country as an example. But the investment range is between $219,000 to $339,000 to get up and open. And like I said, the master franchise, the master acts as a sub franchisor, selling franchises just like the franchisor does, which is really interesting. And what Anago does is they sell cleaning contracts. And then that's what the master franchisee does. They go out there, secure those contracts, and then they assign those to the individuals that have signed up for a franchise underneath them. And then they help support their individual franchisees with their operations. It's quite interesting, pretty fascinating, actually. And so when we look at some of their sales, if we dive into their 2023 sales, you can see that their average annual sales, $2.7 million. Median sales, 2.1. Lowest performer is $556,000. and the highest performer at $7.7 million, which is pretty darn significant. Now, what are some of the benefits for someone going into this business? Well, number one is recession resistant, right? Um, you can't outsource cleaning, right? Uh, to a foreign country. You can't, it's not going to be replaced by Amazon and the internet. Every business needs to be cleaned. That's just the reality of it. Even no matter what's going on, um, businesses are going to have commercial contracts and people are going to be hiring, right? And we saw this especially in the pandemic. Cleaning kind of went crazy because there was a lot of demand to keep things clean. Low overhead and quick ramp up. There's no real estate investment or construction needed. You basically just need your own small office and an administrative assistant, and then 4 to 6 months to get ramped up. Um, Executive business model, right? So this is overall a Monday through Friday business, and the master franchisees, you get to control your time and you're really not working nights or weekends or anything like that, which is pretty cool. And it's a recurring revenue model, right? So you're getting commercial cleaning contracts that provide you with recurring income. I mean, those are contracts, right? So as you start stacking those contracts in, what's coming in, when, where, how, etc. And they also have 7 different revenue streams of where you can make money from as the master franchisee. Because again, you make money from royalties, the franchise fee, the actual cleaning contracts, and there's more. So it's pretty interesting. Master franchising is a unique opportunity, but a significant opportunity for those who it could be the right fit for. Again, you want to be someone who has some business savvy, or just you're used to operating some sort of business operation, even if it was in the corporate world. Now, if you want to see if Anago has any territories available in your specific area, you can go to franchiseempire.com/check territory to see if they're available in your area, or to see any of the franchises that are available in your area. Now, just so you guys know, our team, we've been compiling a list. One is 5 franchises that make over $1 million, low cost, that are all $200,000 and less to get up and running. But our team keeps compiling a list of some of these franchises that have the highest average performance and show the highest sales and that have the best track record. So if you want us to look through that list and to handpick, what's available in your market, and see if there's anything available, then you can go to franchiseempire.com/check territory, and we can check on that completely for free for you. All right. Last but not least, you got the Franchise Empire show, which is don't buy a franchise until you watch this. So I got to sit down with a legend, Rick Bizio, who is the author of The Educated Franchisee, which was a book that I read right after I signed my franchise agreement. I wish I would have read it beforehand. But I read Rick's book back in 2015. And Rick's been just an OG and a legend in the franchise space. Just a great guy. So him and I sat down on the podcast, and he talked about just things that you need to know as a potential franchisee, as a franchise buyer, on the critical mistakes that franchise buyers often make and how to steer clear of them. And we dive deep into the signs of a failing franchise, and when you're better off not being a franchise owner at all. That's one of the cool things about Rick's. He's pretty transparent with that, saying like, no, you shouldn't buy a franchise. You should just get another job, or you should just stay working for someone. And I just love how direct and transparent he is, which is pretty cool. So you can check that out on the Franchise Empire Show YouTube channel. You have to look up Franchise Empire Show on YouTube. It's a completely separate YouTube channel, and go check it out. With that said, that's a wrap for this week. I'll see you guys on the next one.